Hey everybody, welcome to Table Talk. I'm Zach.
I'm Hunter. I thought we were going to go down this way.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's my
That's
fault.
more fun. Hey everybody, welcome to Table Talk. I'm Zach.
I'm Zildjian.
And I'm Hunter.
Today we have all kinds of fun things to talk about and to reflect while we talk at a table.
Yeah.
So, interesting tidbit that Caitlin was telling us about, because Caitlin's here too.
Hey, Caitlin.
I am back here.
You weren't ready for the button. That's okay though.
wasn't.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
We'll try that again. So here's all of us and Caitlin. Yeah,
Caitlin.
there it is. Awesome. Hey Caitlin, how are you?
Good. How are you
Good.
guys?
So you were telling
Good.
us about Table Talk, and there was a famous person who actually did Table Talk
There was. It was Martin Luther.
Wow.
from way back in the day,
Yes.
Yeah.
1500s.
Reformation.
Not
Yes.
Martin Luther King
No.
within the last century.
Yep.
Yeah, craziness.
So
Crazy.
he had a thing where he literally talked at a table, and his students listened to him and then
That's
wrote
so
it
weird.
up.
Did people look at him and go, dude, why are you talking at a table and not at us?
Probably.
I'm sorry. He didn't talk at the table. He
was good
talked
friends with
while
the table.
sitting
At
at the table.
the table, yeah.
At the table, not
Yeah.
two. I guess two would have been the better word.
Yeah.
Two. Sorry.
there we go.
I was trying
Not
too hard.
at the table, but at the table.
Got it. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to talk about all kinds of different things. So the first question is, if you are in a sauna, what beverage would you take and why?
Probably.
Water?
Water, yeah. It's
Or
probably.
like if you got like a pre-workout, if you're about to go into the
Oh.
gym, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
That's like
water.
borderline.
Would you do
but-
like Powerade? Would Powerade Gatorade sort of be in that camp?
I mean, you could. It wouldn't
could.
be low on the list, I suppose.
What is the
Honestly-
purpose of a sauna? Let me ask that.
Some people view it as to warm up your muscles before a workout, or some people think that that's their workout.
Well, yeah, that's fair.
There's some people that just go and sit in the
Because you
sauna.
sweat it out? Is
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
I get as sweaty
Like some people
in the
bring
sauna
full,
as I
like,
do when I run.
the full potato
That's my kind of
oil
workout.
Oh,
soup,
yeah.
Not gonna
like
work out.
baking a potato in the sauna. Yeah.
Yes.
It's so
They could fill up a
funny.
kiddie pool.
My aunt had it. My aunt. This is so funny. I love my aunt to death. In her house, they live out in the country, farmers,
Sure.
really cool people. They, in the corner of their living room, they have a built-in sauna in their house.
That's how it's done.
I'm like,
Good for
that's
them.
brilliant. It's like electric or something. There's no coals or
Yeah.
I don't know how they do that. But like, I walked in at one time. It was in the wintertime, so I had like my hoodie on and
Yeah,
everything, and I
gotcha.
just sat there like, this can't get that hot. It gets hot.
That's
Yeah.
fair, yeah.
It's kind of amazing. But what would you think would be the worst drink to put in a sauna?
Hot chocolate?
Milk.
Oh, that's a good
It
answer.
stains when it gets heated up. It would start like actually
Plus,
reacting.
hot milk is the gross. It's
Yes.
so gross.
Yes,
Milk.
it would start reacting with the wood. Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
Caitlin disagrees with my hot milk comment.
Well, no. Isn't there hot milk and hot chocolate?
Nobody needs you, kid.
Yeah, and anytime you go and get a latte, it is steamed milk as well.
Nobody
So
asked-
Table
actually,
talk went aggressive. Table talk.
So actually,
there it went.
a sauna is just like slow steaming milk, like they do in coffee shops.
Thanks for that. Yeah.
That's now. I'm never
That's-
going to a sauna. I've only
Yeah.
been in one, and it
You
was
need your fancy
with a hoodie
coffee
on.
with frosted milk.
Yeah.
Just put it in a sauna.
Just put it in a sauna.
Yeah. You know,
It's
people,
like-
I guess hot milk is in like lattes. Isn't that what
Yeah.
makes a
Yeah.
latte a latte?
Yeah, they
But if you
steam it.
just drink hot milk though with nothing else, that's gross.
Well, yeah,
Or
Yeah.
room temperature
Yeah.
milk?
Dude,
Maybe that's
oh,
worse.
that's awful.
that's
Room
probably
temperature
fair.
I will only drink milk if it's like actually right out of the fridge cold.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like if it
Do you
sits out
guys
for
put
like
ice in your
2
milk?
minutes, that's nasty.
no, I don't want it watered down.
No,
Don't
Caitlin.
ruin the milk.
I don't drink milk, so
Yeah, we're over here.
That is so gross. No, I would never put ice in my. I mean, I guess what's the difference between putting ice in your milk than putting like ice in a Mountain Dew?
It just feels wrong. Also, you don't drink milk? Do you guys drink
no.
milk?
I only
Not
asked
really.
that because I
Not
was getting
really.
drinks
I used to
ready,
drink milk
and I
a
put
lot,
ice in milk for someone.
and I can't remember the last time I had a glass of milk.
I feel like a lot of people react to it worse as they get older. Like I used to drink milk, but now I just don't. It's something different in my head. I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's
my
weird.
parents. I used to drink so much milk that my parents changed the type of milk we had in our house for 2 reasons. One, I was starting to get very chubby, and 2, they thought if they go to the gross stuff of skim, I wouldn't drink as
Much milk.
I ended up drinking double the amount of milk
Nice.
to try to get it to be like, the same whatever,
Yeah.
but just double. So double bad milk is still bad milk.
Yes.
So it doesn't really help it be better
good
milk
philosophy.
anyway. So yeah, saunas, bad milk. I would never bring a Mountain Dew into a sauna. That's all I'm saying.
No.
Any soda whatsoever.
No, we should have that plaqued. Double
Yeah.
bad milk is
Double
still
bad-
bad milk.
Double back.
Hang that up on your wall.
That's fair.
I need it.
Two
Somebody
wrongs.
make that for me.
2 wrongs do not make a right.
But 3 do. No wait.
Exactly.
No. What's the saying? 2 lefts.
2 lefts.
There's actually a band.
1 left doesn't
There's a
make
band when I was
right,
in high school,
but 3
freshman in high
lefts
school.
do.
They had 2 lefts don't make a right,
Right,
but
3
3 do.
do.
They,
Yeah.
All their songs were really clever like that. It was just really
Yeah.
funny. Anyway, interesting.
Fair
Tidbit
enough.
here. So we're gonna play a game. Today's game is called. We're not ready. Here it is.
No.
Oh, it's called
Lego
Eiffel
build.
Tower Lego Build.
Oh, no.
So we're gonna
No.
build Eiffel Tower Lego build.
It's not Lego build.
Wow.
It's Lego build. Like,
Like let's go build.
Yeah,
but
Lego
it's
build.
Lego.
Okay,
Lego build.
I have Lego pieces.
We got a
funny.
bunch of Lego pieces. It's clever. Nice work, Caitlin.
That's a joke.
Lego build.
That's a
Lego
don't call
build.
her a j-
Lego
Let-
build. Let's go build.
Lego build.
That is clever. Okay, so far I have a raft.
Yeah, so we're gonna be given a prompt that we have no idea what it is. Wink. And we're gonna have to build it.
Are they gonna be like towers?
What do you mean?
Like, will they be towers? Like, are those the prompts? Like towers? Like
Maybe.
international
Could be
ones?
buildings.
Probably some sort of international
just
towers.
domestic?
You're just getting one prompt.
Oh,
Yeah, just the one prompt.
got it.
It
What
could
am I
be
gonna
any-
do with this tire? Is what I want.
could be
Oh,
any-
it's really rubber.
I don't know.
Well, maybe it'll be a car.
Say it could be
There you
anything.
go.
It could be French. It could be anything.
We're gonna build.
We're gonna
French.
build towers of French baguettes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's not how you say it.
Immediately.
It's not baguettes. That's a theological term.
Baguette.
Baguettes? Is
Something
that
like
it? Baguette.
All right, you guys
Correct.
ready?
Baguette. Yes.
I'm
Here we
ready.
go.
Go for it.
The Eiffel
Eiffel
Tower.
Whoa!
All right, let's hit it.
Okay, we haven't given ourselves like a harsh time limit
You know
here.
what's bad about this is that we all said Eiffel Tower, or we saw the Eiffel Tower, but I wasn't in the back of my head thinking about how I was actually going to build it.
All right, how about 3 minutes?
So that.
Oh my!
You have 3
All right,
minutes
start
to
it up,
build.
start it up.
Oh, I let you guys go for an extra minute.
Yeah,
That's
know.
what I had wondered.
Okay, stop.
No! No!
Oh.
No!
Okay. Well, 2 of them look promising. I won't say which 2.
Do we need to get closer to the camera?
I think
Well,
so.
Here.
I had
let's
this
start
grand
here.
idea.
Zach, do you want to begin? Do you wanna
Sure.
handle your
Mine is not finished.
Am I the
obviously.
judge? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
You guys just had better pieces.
That's true.
No, there it
piece?
is.
in frame?
It's probably
in
not
frame, but
zoomed.
it's not
zoomed in.
focused.
I would, yeah. There you go.
That's the
There
Eiffel
it
Tower.
is.
Okay.
That it kind actually it sort of looks like
A duck.
A duck?
I was gonna say like something
A headless
like,
duck. You got mine?
Okay, yeah, we got Zildjian. Zildjian, walk us through your.
Oh,
That's
was
pretty
good.
Yeah, there's not much to it. It's just I tried to use like all the white pieces evenly on the bottom as the base. It
Yeah.
did not work.
Yeah.
I don't have enough.
Well, that's okay. See, I like this little pink accent.
Yeah, I didn't have another 1x2, so I just went with
That's
a little
fair.
grab. Yeah.
See,
I like it.
Impressive.
I
Impressive.
went for use the all the same color, and I didn't have black, so my Eiffel Tower is brown.
Yeah, but that looks kind of like the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Yours has the better shape of the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, I tried to get at least.
Is the
you can
Eiffel
see
Tower
through part
brown?
of it. No, it's black. I think.
It's black.
It's like worn steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Okay.
So blackish brown steel. I don't
Black-
know how
There
you,
we go.
but
It's-
not bronze. I don't know how they. Well, I guess it's steel, not bronze. But it didn't turn green like the Statue of Liberty.
No.
What a
Yeah.
fun gift! Thank you, France.
Thank
for this
you,
awesome
France.
bronze statue that now is not
I just want to know,
Not
did
that
they do
close.
that on purpose?
It's kind of a like.
Because, like,
or-
any idiot knows that that's going to corrode and...
When was it made?
Yeah, did they know that back then?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
they're
you
French.
would have a bunch of metal sitting around, and if it was left untreated, you'd come back 2 years later to use the metal and be like, yo, that's kind of green.
I think you're right. I don't know. I don't know.
Leave our creations out.
Okay, well,
This,
I don't.
oh,
you
Zach
guys did a good.
already demolished his.
Rip.
Well, mine was not good or worth saving, so that's sort of why.
Just leave these boys out.
Yeah,
Yes.
those look delightful.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Well played, everybody. Well played.
Well played.
I gave effort. That's what I
There you
did.
go.
I
Zach,
gave
why did we
effort.
play with Legos?
I honestly don't know. I
'Cause
didn't
we're
pick.
children.
I didn't pick that segment. No, I know. So at the gathering, high school youth group, we've been talking about blocks. So Lego blocks. Actually,
Yeah.
this idea came about to call it blocks because of my refound fascination with Legos.
There's a lot of my older adulty friends that
Adulty.
are coming back to Legos.
I know,
as
right?
like a profession.
Yeah.
It's a good
I'm
time.
not there, obviously, because mine did not look good. But I really got into blocks and Legos during the pandemic because
Sure.
it's like, well, might as well
enough.
do something fun.
So
Yeah.
you got a kid.
I know.
hang
And
out
so
with,
she
play
has the
Legos, yeah.
Duplos, and she's can't quite put together the smaller ones yet. It's a little hard, but she's getting there. She's getting
Yeah,
there.
some of these pieces are
Some of them-
rather small.
So we play and stuff, so that's pretty cool. But we're talking about actually you, Zildjian, and many other students. How do I build a life? What do I do? Like I need some help to let's just talk about some of these big issues, some things that we need to talk about, not just like hey the stereotypical of like love people, because like if you don't know that yet, that a
You
church
gotta be
stands.
specific.
If you
Gotta
don't
be
know that
specific.
people love, like if as a Christian supposed to love people, then you haven't been paying attention. And so, to be a little more specific on the meaty things of here's all these different things we know, but what do we do with them?
Yeah.
So we have to build them together like blocks. And so this last week we talked about resilient blocks, which I now realize we never used the word resilient.
That's-
No.
No, it wasn't in there. My intention of the resiliency was you have to have a resilient faith. You have to be able to know why you believe what you believe. But the whole point of it was, how do I stand for what I believe is true? How do I stand on truth? And be nice about it, or at least be accepting to other people. So there's sometimes in some topics, there's the like, I want you to agree with me, and not just agree with me, but you have to like completely be on board with what I say.
Yeah.
And it's easy to point to other people who disagree with us as they're the people who do that, but we all do that. We all are like, for you to really be a part of our posse, you have to agree with me completely and do everything that we do.
Inconsistency is a big problem with
Yes.
everybody.
But in reality, all of us are inconsistent.
Yeah, can't help that one.
No, and it's hard to know what to do. And so we talked about the stool. Well, we talked about the light switches as well, but we'll come back to that. The stool. So, Zildjian, talk us through.
So
The
the
stool.
three-legged stool. That came up because you have to have all three legs in order to stand. In order to hold up an argument, a conversation, or a friendship, you have to have all three legs. You can't just have two or it'll fall. So leg one is to verbally disagree. Make sure they know where you stand and why you stand there. Leg two is know why. I kind of bled into that, but knowing why you believe what you believe is very important. Having an argument without your base is useless and pointless, and you're just going to get knocked down. Leg three is saying everything with grace and love from God, which is the part that I struggle with because I can be opinionated and bold and say things without thinking about them. So that's the three-legged stool.
Me too. I struggle with that too.
Yes, sir.
I struggle with that too.
I mean, I think the whole interacting with people who don't like necessarily agree with you, I think we've definitely bought into like this lie in culture that like out there's a group of people for you that think just like you, like those are your people.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
Where do you think that comes from?
New Age pantheism.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
deep.
okay.
I was gonna say the fact that
You are taking a class right now and all that stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Very true.
There it is.
Worldviews.
Nice.
Yes, sir.
I think with like the internet and like we're no longer confined to just the people around us, and now it's like I don't need to listen to you. I'm gonna go find someone who.
Yeah, it gives you an excuse to reject all the people around you, which at the end of the day, they're with you. You gotta learn how to put up with people to then still be friends. You can disagree and still hang out.
Which is hard. A lot harder than it used to be. And I don't know.
Well, diversity is a lot bigger now.
Well, that's true. There are a lot more. There's a lot of different people. You know, I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is crazy. Recently went on vacation, and it was nuts to me that we left at, with the Easter time change stuff of being able to leave at 7 in the morning and then arrive in the destination at 7:30 and being like, this doesn't make sense because you went backwards. But I mean, and so like, that's nuts. You never really had to do that before. And I know air travel's been around for, almost a little over 100 years, but not like everybody could
Not
afford
as commercial
it. Although,
as it is now.
I don't know if I could really afford it. That was expensive. But, it's more accessible at least. So you could drive places, you could do more things. And so the world has sort of gotten smaller in that sense. So you have more, there's differences of opinion. The internet, like you said, has made that. I think another thing is that sometimes sometimes in our conversations about things that we disagree, we've become so worried about hurting other people's feelings.
Yeah.
That has then become an excuse to not say anything.
And then people get used to not having someone say something and then get really confused, messed up, and offended when you do say something. When you say anything.
Yes.
It could be opinionated or not.
Exactly. And
People are surprised about when they get confronted. It's bad.
Well, and it also doesn't help. And I think actually like leg 3, looking at the slide, leg 3 is probably a bigger deal for... It's probably a bigger deal for people who really lean on leg 1 and 2 than what they give credit to.
Yeah.
Because in a world that maybe we're a little bit more, I don't want to say sensitive, we're not bombarded with things. It's easier to hide. I think that would be the same. Not hide. Yeah. It's easier to find a group where you can be kind of sort of echo chamber in a way. Mm-hmm. Echo chamber seems like too drastic of a word of what I'm trying to say, but
when you live in a bubble,
you can kind of live in the bubble.
You can find a bubble to live in really easily.
Yeah, really easily and really quickly, and so that's really hard. And then for other people who maybe lean on the leg 3, and they know why, but they're never going to tell you. There's because maybe there's fear of like, well, that person said that, now they don't like that person.
Or maybe they don't know why they believe what they believe.
Exactly, and then you just have someone who says a bunch of stuff, but is just sort of like, I'll go wherever the group goes. And none of those things are really helpful, and so you have to have all 3. Yep. And so part of our talking about that was we need to do that. So the stool, Zildjian, as our expert.
Yes.
As our expert.
Master stoolist.
I love it. Master stoolist. Okay, so as a high school student.
Yeah.
How important do you think the stool is?
Like as a process?
Yeah.
As a sitting device.
Yes. Quite effective.
Yeah.
Does the stool hold its weight?
I think up to 180 pounds.
There it is. Yes. No. But does it work? Is this beneficial? Do you think this is a beneficial concept for high school students?
I think a lot of people already get the concept, but visualizing it and actually mentioning it helps them actually see how to put that in practice. Mm-hmm. It let me rethink situations that I've had conversations where I'm like, oh, I missed that leg.
Yeah.
I said what I meant. I knew why I believed it, but then I kind of said something nasty. Yeah. You can tell. It gives you an option for you to see when you've messed up and how to fix it later.
Yeah.
So I think those analogies and those pictures that you can give to kids really helps. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When you were in high school, because Zildjian he shared his. When you were in high school, which leg would you not have used? Like you would have been a little less inclined to use.
I probably would be less likely to verbally disagree.
Okay.
I'd have my opinions, and I'd probably more likely keep them to myself than confront someone about them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I'm on Zildjian's. I would have leg 3. I would not have used. In fact, I would have used the leg as a tool to help me get my point across, not to actually sit on. But I've mellowed out a lot since freshman Zach. Thankfully, for the sake of the entire universe, and by universe I mean the people around me. But that's just that. Okay, and so part of it in our conversations and when we had the stool, the big thing thinking about that was when you have a conversation with someone, you can't just try to win the argument. Because that doesn't help you.
It's not about beating someone down.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, as Christians, if we're trying to communicate truth to other people, what do we, like, you can't just like, hey, I told you the truth. I even said it with love because I gave you candy or whatever. And then now I'm done. Well, that doesn't help.
And you should believe what I believe now.
Exactly. Yeah. Do it now because we don't have time.
Yeah.
Get it done. So we had this other image of the road. Hunter, why?
Well, we talked about the long view was like looking down the road, seeing where it ends, because when we're in a conversation, we always want to keep in mind that we want to have more conversations after that. Like, we don't want it. This is not where the road ends. The road keeps going way down the line. I think the number you put on is we want to be able to, how can we have 10 more conversations after this one?
Which was not from me. I stole that from someone.
More, yeah.
Everything's stolen from someone else, so it's okay. There's no such thing as an original idea.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But the guy who said it, I remember sitting there going, wow, that's so deep.
Yeah, that's good.
I was like, really? No, I don't. It was just how he said it too.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mark Yarhouse, but he teaches at Wheaton, so you can look him up. He's written all kinds of different books.
I got a jazz improv solo award for being in a jazz band there.
At Wheaton?
Yeah, Wheaton.
I was sorry. I was really struggling to see the connection.
No, yeah,
it made sense now.
No, I got
it.
a plaque in my room. I got the best improv solo in the jazz band.
I like it.
It's all-state jazz band.
Nice. That's cool. They have a really nice little, like, what is that? Not conservatory. That's what it is. Did you play in that?
No.
Oh, that place is insane. You should go in your spare time.
I don't think I got to see that.
Oh, well, you should. It's cool. Another image we did, and I just want to do this really fast, is sometimes when we talk about these kinds of things, a lot of people in the church, and you maybe have heard this before, and we've talked about it before, is, in John 1, there's this idea of grace and truth, that Jesus came full of grace and truth, and a lot of times, even though the word "and" is there, we sort of view it as a this or, this or that, and we kind of use it as a switch of I've turned on the truth and now I'm turning on the grace part, which isn't really helpful. I think at times it sort of makes people give, like how I've seen it done, especially with some friends of mine in college, was that you would go like, okay, I told them the truth, now I'm going to go to my grace self, and it's like you can do the both at the same time. So we had the dial. And the dial is, if one side of the dial on the right is the truth and on the left is the grace, that it's almost in tension. And as you're pulling on one to have more truth, you're still in the grace because it's like, from the 0 to 100, you're still in there. And when you turn the other way, and so you're always using them. And the big idea is, truth does not exist without grace. And grace does not exist without truth, because you can't have grace if you don't have the truth that's connected to it.
Yeah.
And part of all of God's truth is that there's grace. And so all of this stuff put together is this idea of the resilient blocks. So here's all these blocks. And so, Zildjian, just real briefly, talk about what do we do with these blocks, and how has these blocks, how have they helped you kind of think about all the stuff we've been talking about?
Yeah, so the blocks.
Or not been helpful. That's fair, too.
I mean, everything sucked. No, I'm kidding.
No, that's fine. I need to hear it so we can make it better. All right,
so after we have the big group discussion, we go to small groups and get these blocks. We get all kinds of blocks. And you put them in order of the process of how you would talk to someone, how you would approach someone. And so you just start from the bottom and you think about, well, I want to immediately start listening. So I would say, out of these, listen well, because nobody's going to talk to you until you've listened to them first, because that's how people work. I'd probably know my truth and keep the long view in mind, because I need to know what I'm talking about before I say anything, or that's heresy. And
Always want to avoid heresy.
yeah, not a fan.
No, that would not be well, especially on our new show.
I mean, new shows, new problems.
That's
Anyway,
true.
I think
Deep.
after the long view, you gotta love well. Nobody's gonna want to listen to you until they feel appreciated in some way. I'd take the stool next as a reference to the process, how you think you're gonna go about it, and then you can start, being innocent. I'd say I don't actually know how that ties in.
You know how it tied in?
Yeah.
Here's how. I ran out of things to put in blocks, and I didn't want to change the graphic.
It's fair.
I also ran out of time, and I just threw it up there and just said I'm done. So it really doesn't have anything to do with what we were talking about. I mean, it does, but...
Get out of here.
So after the stool,
This is
after
great.
you're thinking through how you can go about this smooth and with love, I'd say grace and truth, because again, they won't want to listen to you till they feel like they've been given something.
That's
good.
great.
And then
That's a really good point.
mentors, I feel like that's important. It's not necessary. Obviously, you need to know what you're talking about, and that generally comes from mentors.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what I would say is necessary. Which, student, you're the teacher. That's not great.
You're talking to one
No,
of
I'd
your
rather
mentors.
I'd rather you be honest than
No,
than,
it's not
no,
they're
no,
not
no.
helpful.
Well,
It's-
your mentor
yeah.
is not necessarily in the moment going to help you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you're looking at it that way, that makes sense. But to
know,
be the person
maybe-
that after,
Yeah, maybe if you're having
Yeah.
a conversation over text or something, you can take a while to reply
Yeah,
and hit
that's
up
fair.
your mentor and be
because
like,
it would be
"Yo."
really awkward for you to have a conversation where you had to have this and be like,
Yeah.
hold on, I need my mentor present.
Yeah.
Am
But
I
if
doing
you were-
good? Yes, thank you. I will continue to talk to you. No, I see what you mean. Yes,
Yeah,
that
if
wouldn't
you were
work.
over text
would-
or something. You could wait to reply.
I'm just imagining
Yeah.
Don Green sitting next to me as I'm
Yes.
trying to have a conversation with like, Don, am I doing okay? Am I doing
Yeah,
okay?
you can
Yes, you're
get
doing
reference. Hey, this person said this. Should I be worried? How do I
Yeah.
reply to that?
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah.
So that's how you'd use the blocks. I like it. It gives you a way to think through it practically, not just conceptually. If that's an
That's
actual
deep.
word.
It sounded good.
Yeah.
Sounded good. I just like throwing words out there and maybe they stick, maybe they don't.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a definition, maybe they don't. I don't know.
It might not.
Anyway, thank you, Zildjian, for joining
Yeah.
us for this week's Table Talk.
Good.
Love it. Awesome. So at Table Talk, we got all kinds of other stuff that's coming along nicely. We're going to interview some other people. We're going to do these little recaps of
Was
different...
I not enough? Was
No.
my interview not?
No,
enough?
your interview was amazing. There's other people that are also equally amazing as
Also
you.
amazing people.
I see how
There's
it is.
Listen,
other people.
We got all kinds of people. We got all kinds.
You
of,
can
all
interview
kind of
them if you
talks.
really want to. Anyway, so it's going to be a great time. Thanks for joining us today. Peace out. See ya.
Bye.